Bukhara is a wonderful city full of traditions and cultural activities. Especially its bazaars are considered to be very fascinating and very wonderful in their presentations. The bazaars are filled with gentle sounds rather than loud noise. That is the first distinctive point regarding the culture and the traditions of bazaars in Uzbekistan. One can hear slow conversations between merchants and visitors, footsteps on ancient pathways reveal a lot of detailed information. You can observe distant laughters and clinking of teacups from nearby tea areas. That is why it is recommended that if you are wandering in the bazaar, stay at some stall and enjoy this festivity. Sometimes soft traditional music can be heard in the background, adding elegance to the evening environment. And somewhere you find majestic buildings and traditional designs where you automatically stop and take a deep breath in order to observe the history, art, culture, and traditions all together. Even without focusing on specific monuments, the bazaars themselves feel historic, especially arched passages, old brick walls, carved wooden doors, and narrow walkways create like a feeling of traveling back into the Silk Road period. These are very majestic spots, and one feels that you are basically revisiting the history in this modern time. You observe emotional feeling while wandering in these bazaars, walking slowly through the bazaars in the spare time and especially during the evening time often creates a feeling of peace, nostalgia, curiosity, and cultural connection. Obviously, the combination of history, warm lights, traditional life, and relaxed human activity gives the visitor a deep sense of timeless Central Asian culture. It is highly recommended that you spare enough time to wander all through these bazaars or the narrow streets you will remember throughout your life. Visiting these bazaars during the daytime offer a lot of facility, especially if you wish to closely observe the architecture and if you wish to have a relaxed time without the presence of lot of people around you. But as sunset disappears, the bazaars of Bukhara become beautifully illuminated with soft golden lights. Small lamps hanging above shop entrances create warm reflection on brick walls and stone pathways. The evening air feels cooler and calmer, giving the markets a peaceful and romantic atmosphere. Especially shadows and lights together make the old streets appear timeless. While walking, you observe a lot of interesting things, especially smell of traditional food. The evening breeze carries a rich aroma from many directions, especially freshly baked bread, roasted meat, rice dishes, kebabs, spices, nuts, and sweet desserts fill with air with warmth. These are the products which are available throughout the bazaar, and not only you can enjoy everywhere, but you can also purchase gifts. These are affordable, and you can also have negotiation regarding the final price, and often you are granted. Try to purchase the gifts in the form of bulk quantities. These are even cheaper. The smell itself becomes part of the experience and attracts people towards small food stalls and family restaurants. While walking along these walls, you observe the architecture, traditions, art, but also the family life. Local families often stroll slowly through the bazaars after the daytime as the heat settles down. Especially while wandering close to these gates, you observe the elderly people are sitting peacefully and talking with friends, while younger people enjoy snacks and tea together. It is also recommended that you hold a cup of tea, coffee, and keep walking. You will enjoy the most beautiful evening of your life. These types of architectural monuments, not only itself they are beautiful in every way, but they adorn the streets and pathways and the old walkways which were basically very famous during the Silk Road era. The bazaars display beautifully handmade items that reflect the artistic culture of Uzbekistan, and the markets or the verandas like this one offer a wide variety of shops during the daytime. You can purchase every traditional item from this place. Visitors can observe colorful carpets, embroidered dresses, hand woven fabrics, ceramic plates, copperware, wooden carvings, knives, jewelry, and painted souvenirs. Especially during the night time, you observe that craftsmen carefully arrange their goods in an artistic style under warm evening lights, and they are basically the wonderful memory of your tour. Though these are quoted as a high price, but generally by negotiating, you can find the piece of your choice at affordable price. Now, wherever you go, you find the wonderful designs like this one. Every building, every corner, every wall, and every stall reflects truly a traditional life everywhere in Uzbekistan. Traditional clothing and colors are very common here in Bukhara. Many local people wear modest and elegant clothing with traditional patterns. Women's dresses often contain colorful floral designs, while older men may wear traditional caps and long coats. The mixture of bright fabrics and evening lights creates a very wonderful and magical visual scene. Wherever you go, you find the local people very friendly and very cordial, not only in their conversation, but kind enough to invite you to have a cup of tea with them. Tea drinking becomes an important social activity during the evening. Small groups gather around low tables, drinking green tea slowly while discussing daily life. The relaxed pace of conversation reflects the calm lifestyle of the city. The interaction between visitors and traders as well as local people is very interesting and very respectful in every way. Merchants often greet visitors warmly and respectfully. During the evening time while you are walking, it is always advisable to have a bargaining regarding the purchasing of any item. Bargaining usually happens politely and calmly rather than aggressively. Some shopkeepers enjoy explaining the beauty and the quality of the product they are selling. They also explain the history of homemade items, which creates a friendly human interaction instead of simple buying and selling. That is very interesting and highly wonderful activity while walking in these bazaars. It is said that it's a magical world around you when bazaars of Bukhara become especially beautiful during the evening when the old streets begin to glow softly under golden lights. The ancient brick walls, curved passages, wooden shop fronts, and narrow lane creates a magical atmosphere that feels connected to centuries of Silk Road history. The evening darkness makes the warm colors of carpets, fabrics, ceramics, and handmade crafts appear even richer and more elegant. Soft yellow lamp hanging above the walkways creates a gentle reflection on the stone roads and old buildings. Some lights shine through colorful fabrics and decorated shops. Windows giving the bazaars a calm and romantic appearance. The light is not harsh or modern, instead, it feels traditional and peaceful, thus perfectly matching the historical surroundings. Small traditional shops are very famous while you are wandering in the bazaars. The bazaars are filled with small cozy shops standing close together along the narrow pathways. These shops display embroidered cloths, silk scarves, handmade jewelry, ceramics, copper items, wooden crafts, spices, and souvenirs. You can purchase any item but while negotiating about it. Many shopkeepers arrange their goods artistically, turning the bazaar into open air galleries of traditional culture. Even simply looking at the small display becomes enjoyable. While if you are interested in dining somewhere, there are many wonderful places surrounding the artificial lakes and the water ponds. You can have a wonderful dinner under the reflection of lights while sitting under the trees in open environment and enjoying the rhythm of fountains around you. You not only enjoy the traditional dishes here, but also you enjoy the traditional folk and Sufi music and the tunes, which are basically very famous here in Bukhara. It's a wonderful magical world. While you are having a dinner, you are basically wandering through a whole period of the Silk Road when the traders and the travelers were welcomed here and they were offered not only quality food but other sorts of entertainments. This is a very romantic and a beautiful place to dine in, and it is highly recommended that at least you should have some sort of meal here. On the other hand, street food becomes one of the most attractive parts of the evening bazaar experience. The air carries delicious smell of freshly baked bread wherever you go. Especially grilled kebabs are very delicious. Also, you enjoy rice dishes, roasted nuts, sweet pastries, and of course, the traditional tea. These are some sort of up-end restaurants, but you are recommended to have at least some dining in the street food as well, because small food stalls glow under warm lights while cooks prepare meals in front of visitors. The mixture of food aroma with the cool evening air creates comfort and relaxation. It is said that if you wish to enjoy a relaxing evening environment, do come here because here you feel calm and unhurried, especially you are lost in the charm and the magic of this city. You will observe that people are basically enjoying their walk. That is why they are moving slowly and often stop at some distance to chat with the other people. They basically enjoy the conversations while drinking tea and peacefully observing the surrounding. Unlike busy modern shopping centers, the atmosphere feels human and natural. Visitors can wander without hurry, or they can sit quietly near tea areas or the restaurants and simply enjoy the peaceful rhythm of life. Social life of local people is very wonderful. The local families often come to bazaars during the evening to relax after the daytime heat. Elderly men gather for long conversation over tea. Women shop for household items and fabrics, and children happily walk through the colorful lanes. The bazaars become a social gathering place where daily life and tradition mix together naturally. On the other hand, the presence of tourists give a wonderful look of the environment. Tourists from many countries slowly explore the bazaars with curiosity and admiration. Some photographs the glowing streets and traditional crafts, while others enjoy tasting local food or speaking with shopkeepers. And one thing is very interesting that shopkeepers are very expert in teaching you the Russian language. They teach you the words, the short sentences, or the phrases in a very friendly and a practical way. The relaxed atmosphere allows meaningful cultural interaction between visitors and local people. On the other hand, the bazaars preserve traditional cultural feeling. You observe a deep cultural spirit, especially when you observe traditional clothing, respectful greetings, handmade arts, tea culture, and slow social interaction all reflect the historical lifestyle of Central Asia. Even a simple activities such as buying bread or drinking tea feels connected to old traditions that continue through the generations. The evening bazaars are filled with soft and pleasant sounds. Wherever you go, you discover a wonderful spot. You appreciate the beauty of the local people, their traditions, their way of living, their social activities, their attitude, especially towards the tourists, is wonderful. A relaxing evening in these types of walkways create a sense of belonging to someone. While the people are moving in one direction, you join them and start or talking to them. You will find a lot of wonderful information about the city, about the culture, art, and many more things which are generally not available from any other source. It is highly recommended that whatever is the time that is available to you, explore each and every corner of the city while walking through these narrow street pathways, bazaars, or the sitting spots. And wherever you go, keep observing the local life, their way of living, how they enjoy, and what they prefer in their life. Still, there is some sort of influence of communism. So that is why, though people are very fond of initiating their businesses and shops and everything like that of sort, but still they believe that every person should be given at least whatever is necessary for living a peaceful and a dignity and enjoying a average quality of life. One thing that distinguishes Bukhara from the other cities of Uzbekistan is that it is lit with golden colors. Or, in other words, you can say that basically these are gold mines. Wherever you go, you find these gold mines. Very peaceful, very neat and clean, wonderfully lit, calm, and a wonderful atmosphere surrounding you. There are a lot of such spots to discover, especially in old Bukhara. So, it is recommended that wherever you go, keep photographing all those events and keep them with you. You will find that these are basically the most memorable gifts of your life. It is said that once, if you visit Bukhara, the next year it calls you. Whether you are interested or not, it will attract you back. Very peaceful, very calm, and very beautiful. Keep exploring and enjoying. Now, friend, comes to Russian lesson 56. Today we have the verb igrat. On the same principle what we have discussed previously, we make the conjugation of igrat. One, या इग्राओ. Two, te egresh. Three, on, ona, egret. Four, me igrem. Five, we egrite. Six, ani igraut. These are basically the conjugation patterns what we have discussed earlier, and based upon this model you can make many more conjugations for the famous Russian verbs, and based upon this information you can choose any Russian verb what you like and try to make its conjugation, and you will find that you have done it wonderfully correct and easy. It offers you the opportunity to develop a confidence and a good pattern of practice. That is the best way to quickly learn and be confident in learning the Russian language. For example, here we have the next word for the practice, that is the verb adikhat. Now you can make the conjugation not only for the adikhat but also any other verb what you like. One thing is very important is that whenever you learn the lesson, it is highly recommended you go back and repeat it many times. A time will come when you will find that you have learned it perfectly, and after few days you can even revise it easily or the way you like. Also, it is important that don't, as already I have told you, that there is no need to be very much strict about the pronunciation. Friends, always remember that there is a language variation everywhere. Even within a Russian speaking atmosphere, you will observe that the pronunciation is uh, a different at different place. So, what is important is that you keep learning whatever you feel that it is easy for you, pronunciate it, and a time will come when you will become very confident, very fluent, and you can easily communicate with any other person who is well versed in Russian language. Also, it is important to note that the way you make the practice and you revise the lessons, it not only refines your learning but also add a lot of additional verbs, vocabulary, and nouns. So Keep learning, keep enjoying, and stay blessed and stay happy.